of age will be vaccinated, and our percentage of people vaccinated is the highest of any county of 1.5 million people or more in the United States of America. Agreed, agreed, agreed. All right, report from our PAC. Do we have Julie here? Oops, never mind that. Do we have Julie here?
We do not.
No, Julie Hutchinson? All right, cut her compensation in half. All right, I'm kidding. Public comments. This is the opportunity for anyone not on, anyone wishes to speak about anything not on today's agenda to do so. Do any of you have anyone wherever you're at wanting to speak at this time? No. Angie, I see we've got one speaker.
Yes.
Would you please let that person on for 3 minutes?
Mhm.
I think Angie's connecting. There we go with Alex.
Well, hi, I just wanted to get in so I could, I can't get any visual. I'm Alex Kennett from the Open Space Authority, and I'm the liaison to the Valley Habitat Agency for this meeting. And I guess you can hear me, but I can't get on any video. I'm not sure what can be done about it. Anyway.
You look super, Alex.
Well, you know, I've probably the best you're going to see of me. Anyway, tell me you love my smile.
There you go. Anything else you'd like to say?
No, I'm monitoring, but I would like to participate. So thank you.
Okay, we've got you there. We now, let's see, public comments on the agenda. We did that. We're now on item number 1, resolution authorizing the governing board to enter into a grant agreement with the State Coastal Conservancy. Do we have any speakers? I don't see any on this item, Angie. And I don't know if any of you need discussion on this item. It was in our agenda. If anyone wishes to make a motion, please do so. If no one is comfortable doing that, we can hear a brief report from Edmund.
I'm okay to make a motion to approve the resolution as
Thank you.
I'll
Thank you,
second
Member
it.
Spring. Thank you, Member Foley. Again, we don't have any members of the public on our screen, and I'm assuming none of you have anyone wherever you're at. If that changes, please let me know. Otherwise, that's the assumption I'll make, Valerie. We've got a motion by Spring, a second by Foley. Any further discussion? Seeing and hearing none, a roll call vote, please, Angie.
Members Blankley,
Yes.
Cohen,
Aye.
Foley,
Aye.
Simidian. You're muted.
He is muted. Marie, you don't have muting buttons at your disposal, do you, in board meetings, in council meetings?
No, not that I control, no.
Member Simidian,
Let's come back to him and hopefully we'll get him back.
Spring,
yes.
Wasserman.
Yes. Angie, do we have a quorum without Supervisor Member Simidian?
Yes, we do.
Okay,
Thank
so
you.
let's just record that vote the way that that is. And we will move on to item 2, which is adoption of the fiscal year 2021 and 2022 and 2022 and 2023 annual budget, as we try and do 2 years with our best guesstimating, right, Mr. Sullivan?
Correct, Chairman.
All right. We don't have any members wishing to speak on this one, Angie. Members of the council, of the board, do any of you have any questions for Mr. Sullivan? Otherwise, I'd ask for a brief presentation. No?
I'm happy to make a motion unless someone has a question.
No, ma'am.
I
I'm
would make a
quite-
motion to approve both years, the budget.
This is a wonderful committee where everybody arrives on time and they've read their binders. Ma'am, motion by Blankley, second by Foley. Did I get that right, Pam? That was, thank you. Any further discussion on this item? Hearing, seeing none. Angie, a roll call vote, please.
Members Blankley,
Yes.
Cohen. You're muted.
Aye.
Thank you. Foley,
Aye.
Simidian, Spring,
Yes.
Wasserman.
Yes.
Smitty and I.
Thank you.
Thank you, Supervisor. Member Smitty, do you also want to register an aye vote for number 1? Or otherwise? we'll
Yes,
have-
this is Supervisor Smitty, and I'm trying to mute and unmute so I don't bother you with background noise. But I am an aye vote on that item. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Now we move on to item number 3, acquisition of the Tilton Ranch House. I've had the pleasure of being there. It seems like a heck of a deal, Edmund.
I know. We're pretty excited. I have Robin Cohn here is going to give a presentation to you on why this is an important acquisition. We'd be partnering with county parks, OSA, and Post on this. Kind of the linchpin in the management of the other 2 properties we recently acquired.
Thank you. And Robin, as you've witnessed firsthand, this is a board of extremely intelligent and prepared and attractive people. So if you can make your presentation brief, I'm sure we've got a motion forthcoming.
Okay, sounds great. Thank you, Chairman, members of the board. Yes, so the proposal that the Habitat Agency is making, and I'm just gonna share my screen here so you can see a few pictures. Let's see, here we go. Okay. So can you all see that?
Yep.
Ranch complex. So basically, this is as you may be aware of the other Tilton and Baird acquisitions, the Habitat Agency, working in conjunction with the Open Space Authority, as well as Post and Santa Clara County Parks, is interested in acquiring this 60-acre ranch that was carved out of the rest of the ranch. And so there's a house and barns, and I'm just going to go through really quickly. So basically, we're asking the board to authorize acquisition, a payment of 1.5 million, and the Habitat Agency would acquire the actual house on the property to use as its offices.
right.
So that would be our goal, as well as on the property there are some barns, a garage, areas that could be used for other uses for our field staff, as well as the cattle grazer. So, and here's a map showing the ranch in in relation to the existing Tilton Ranch, which we just acquired, and the Baird Ranch, as well as the Davidson Ranch. So you're all familiar with all of those. Property includes a 3,473 square foot ranch house with 11 rooms, a basement. It's built in 1917. It's been updated. There's a garage and good location for our offices. So we would have able to use for our staff, for our field staff. It's a great location for Coyote Valley as we continue to acquire and help manage other properties in that area. And the cattle operator can also use the area for the cattle branding and other operations. So just real quick, there's a house built in 1917. View from the driveway and parking. Nice front porch. Living room, which would be great, meeting space. We think that Habitat Agency and Post and county parks and OSA could all potentially use this space occasionally for off hours events. And another view inside. This is dining room, so it's a real house. Again, this would be a great conference room. Other meeting space, kitchen.
We've got the PowerPoint, but we don't have those pictures in our presentation.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No,
Okay.
that's okay. I'm just glad everybody, like I said, I've seen it. I'm glad
Okay.
everybody else can see it. And I'm
Okay.
glad that you all got the opportunity to buy it first.
Okay, well, I didn't realize that you weren't seeing the pictures that I was showing, so I apologize for that.
No, we are seeing the pictures you're showing. They're
Okay.
not in the PowerPoint in our package. Everything else up to this was.
Okay,
We have everything that you've presented except for these pictures now.
okay, well, we're happy to forward the pictures as well. I don't know what happened with that.
Great.
Yeah, so anyway, I know I don't want to take a lot of time, but we're just, it's a decent sized house. And would be great. We can use, obviously it's staged for people buying it and living in it. We're not guaranteed that we're gonna acquire it because has been some interest in the property. But we still want to move forward and request approval in the hopes that we can get.
All right, let's get you that approval. Thank you very much. Member Foley?
Thank you. This is really a beautiful property. So is it listed? Is it on the open market?
Yes, it is listed for sale for $5 million. And there has been some interest in the property. It's a residential property with 60 acres, and barns.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful house. Looks like it was restored recently.
Yeah, they put about $500,000 into the house to renovate it.
Okay, and they have other interested buyers. Have we submitted an offer or not yet? You need our authorization first before you proceed. Okay.
Right, that's correct, yeah. And
With
OS
that,
I was just gonna add
then I
that,
move approval that we make an offer.
I'll be happy to second that one. And I thought I saw Marie Blankley.
You did,
member-
but it's because I was gonna make that motion. I was gonna say, if it's offered at 5 million and they're giving it to us for 1.5, we need to hurry up. Okay. Get that offer in. Okay.
No kidding, no kidding. All right, we've got Member Spring, you've got a question?
Not a question. I just want to be on the record that how much I'm pleased to hear that we're trying to do that. This would be a perfect fit to what we did before.
All right, you'll be able to document that with your vote in just a moment. All right, any further discussion? We do have one member of the public wishes to speak. Angie, can you bring him or her in? And now we'd be at 2 minutes.
Alex, you could go ahead and unmute.
Hi, I guess that's me, huh? I'm the public, your adoring
Oh, there
public.
you go, Alex. Yes, go right ahead.
I'm your adoring public today, so. That said, the OSA is looking forward to participating with the other agencies. Of course, we're going to want a bit our pound of flesh along with it, but this really needs to happen. As you know, I'm a realtor here in South County, and and I happen to know the listing agent. So I think speed is the issue here. Let's make this happen today.
Thank you much. All right, members, we've got a motion and a second. I don't see any other hands raised, either real or electronically. Angie, may we please have a roll call vote?
Can I just clarify that it's for both actions, the authorization and the adoption of the resolution?
Yes, ma'am. On items 1 and 2, at least I as the seconder. Is that fine with you,
Absolutely.
Member Foley?
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you for the clarification, Angie.
Perfect, thank you so much. Members Blankley,
Yes.
Cohen,
Aye.
Semidion,
Lost the supervisor again. All right.
Foley,
Aye.
Spring,
Aye.
Wasserman.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. That brings us to item number 4 in today's agenda, report from the Executive Officer, Edmund Sullivan.
Thank you, Chairman. I will bring this up. And I will try to be brief on this. Are you guys seeing this okay? You all seeing this?
Yes, we are
Perfect.
seeing it, and it's, yeah, I
So,
think those are the 4 pages that, yeah, Edmund, we've got.
Yeah.
Go right ahead.
yes, thank you. So as of last week, we have, this is the most up to date on our revenue overview so far this year, as well as our expenses and endowment. So our revenue, total revenue so far this year is over 25 million. Most of that is grants that we received with help with the acquisition of the Tilton Ranch, as well as the UTC Raytheon holdings that were offered up by the company last year. Expenses, in last June's budget, we budgeted, our budget projection was about 4.1 million. To date, we've expended nearly 3.3 million. Our expectation is that we will not exceed that 4.1 million. We probably will come in under that amount this year. For the endowment to date, we've invested nearly 3.6 million in with the Silicon Valley Community Foundation Social Responsibility Fund, and the current balance as of June 10th is nearly 4.6 million. So as you all know, the stock market has been roaring surprisingly during a pandemic, but it has, and that the benefit of that is reflective in our investment with the Silicon Valley Community Foundation. Advocacy, I'll be brief on this. At the state level, we've been advocating with AB 1500 and SB 45, which are two bond measures being proposed by both the Assembly and the Senate. We're asking for 500 million with the Wildlife Conservation Board. We're doing this in conjunction with our partners with the California Habitat Conservation Coalition. We're also hoping to change the language where there will be a carve out for NCCPs of 100 million. There's a meeting being planned with us, Riverside County and Contra Costa County, to meet with Secretary Crowfoot to discuss the governor's 2022 budget allocations and future budget priorities, focusing how the habitat plan is a landscape scale local government implementation strategy aligned with the state policy goals of 30 by 30 and stemming biodiversity loss. So we do encourage all our board members through your advocacy to also push for these this language in the bond measures. At the federal, I testified on May 16th before the Environment and Public Works Committee of the United States Senate regarding habitat conservation plans and biodiversity loss. And primary talking points were nature and the importance of regional HCPs and stemming biodiversity loss, HCPs as a tool for sustainable economic development. HCPs are local collaborations, as you all know. This is a federalism at its finest, I believe. Continued support of the Section 6 program, and our ask, I should say, it's the National HCP Coalition's ask of 100 million for the Section 6 program, which helped fund the Tilton Ranch acquisition and the Raytheon acquisition. Support of an infrastructure bill with built-in funding for HCPs and climate change and how HCPs are tackling this challenge. Grant update, we were just awarded a $1 million grant from the U.S. Bureau of Reclamation Central Valley project. It would be for a land acquisition. As I can't get into details, but it would be a real important acquisition for the habitat plan. And as I'm able to reveal more of what's going on, I will report to the board on where that is going. $47,000 grant, you just approved the resolution for it. Submitted in April, a Section 6 land acquisition grant for 10 million. See how that goes. We will be applying for grants to restore pollinator habitat targeting Western monarch. And we will be submitting 2 to 3 local assistant grant program proposals this month. Other items, we're making great progress on the regional general permit 18 in lieu fee adoption by the various regulatory agencies. I just got off the phone with Jerry Haas, our staff who's on the lead of this, and the meeting today went really well. We'll be submitting a packet to the interagency review team, which is made up of the Corps, the 2 regional boards, the wildlife agencies, EPA, and others. We will be opening, our offices will reopen in August. Didn't know when we would get to this point, but all staff has been vaccinated and we feel comfortable reopening the offices in August. We are taking steps to prepare for the upcoming fire season. It's looking like to be a wild one. I just looked at my phone. It's 104 in Morgan Hill today. So we all know what that means. I won't get into everything that's written here, but just letting you know that we're not ignoring this and we're doing what we can as the Habitat Agency and a landowner. Thank you.
Thank you. Great report, great info, that's for sure. Can you remove that PowerPoint from our screen?
Yes, sorry.
Edmund? No, that's all right.
Yep.
There we go. Okay, that was to receive a report. We don't need a motion for that. Any questions from members of Mr. Executive Director Sullivan? Seeing none. Edmund, thank you for that very encouraging report.
You're welcome.
And yes, we've all got to say some prayers as far as fire season. I just had 106 on my phone and now it's 104 for Los Gatos. So we're still in spring, people. All right, moving on to future governing board initiated agenda items. Do any of you have any items that you would like put on a future agenda? No, I don't see any. We then move on up, governing board adjournment. I'm going to adjourn this meeting unless there's anybody wants to say about anything else. No. Sorry to take so long managing these meetings. I know I used up most of your day. Be well, my friends, and try and stay cool.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Bye.